My name's Irasema and we're getting ready to do a full body workout today. We're just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it with our warm-ups. I'll give modifications, so if you do see me do 2 different variations, you can kind of find which one's comfortable for you. If you are someone who takes a little bit longer to warm up, then think about speeding up these warm-ups. If you're someone who gets really hot really fast, then just slow it down as needed. So we're gonna go ahead and start with a nice wide stance. We're actually just gonna come down as close to the ground as we can. If your flexibility is not that great, you just come down as far as you can. As you can see, I'm pretty flexible, so I try to get my entire palm down towards the ground, and I'm not just bouncing straight back up. I'm actually thinking about coming down, holding that bottom position for a little bit. We're gonna do about 4 more of these. Notice that when I'm doing these also, I'm not keeping the head looking up, so we don't want to do this and then create a unnatural curve in the spine. We're going to stay nice and straight. As my body comes down, so does my head. All right, we're just going to go into some leg swings. If you have poor balance, think about squeezing your glutes. Your glutes are the center of your balance, so you can just think about engaging those, and you should be good to go. We're just doing a couple swings on each side. And go ahead and switch now. Notice that I am tapping the ground at the bottom of these. Again, if you take a little bit longer to warm up, just speed it up. We're gonna go into some nice slow sumo squats. We're gonna take a nice wide stance outward. My toes are gonna be out and my knees are gonna go out as well. Again, we're just taking these slow, holding that bottom position. You might not be able to get all the way down there. If you have tighter hips, it might be a little bit more difficult to get down there. That's okay, just go as low as you can go. Now, if you do have something like knee issues, ankle issues, and squats are a little bit more challenging for you, think about putting a chair behind you, and that should help out getting to a nice, comfortable depth. We're gonna go into some inchworms. We're gonna come down towards the ground. We're gonna walk out to a plank position and straight back up. We're gonna stand up all the way here, pushing the hips forward. Come all the way up, push those hips forward, all the way down. Now, if you do have poor mobility, you can think about going into this squatted stance with a bent leg and then straighten the leg, and you can do the same thing on the way up. All right, guys, we're gonna get into our workout. The first thing we're gonna do is plank shoulder taps. So we're just gonna hit 20 reps here. When we're doing this plank shoulder tap, we're gonna think about not going through the hips, doing this swinging motion. We're just nice, straight, squeezing the glutes. We have 8 more. 2 and 1. We're gonna go into lunges. Again, 20 reps, alternating here. If you can't go all the way down towards the ground, just come down as low as you can. If you have knee issues, you can think about doing a reverse lunge, and it should alleviate any tension in that front leg. We have 8 more here. Again, if you want to up the intensity, just move faster. 2 and 1. Next thing we're gonna do is push-ups. We're just gonna go into 5 reps. Now, if push-ups are newer, you can think about pushing up towards the knees, keeping the core straight. Otherwise, just straight up. That's 1 round. We're gonna do this 2 more times. We're gonna go back to our plank shoulder tap in 3, 2, 1, back to our planks. That's halfway. Again, stay nice and steady. Control your breathing. We're going 3, 2, and 1. Going back to those lunges. If you're ready to kick it up a notch, just move faster. If you're feeling explosive, you can do jumping lunges here. That's 5 reps. Again, knee issues, just reverse it. You can also have something towards your side to kind of help you out here and keep you stable. Now, if you do have weights at home, you can totally advance this, add them to the sides, hold on to them. All right, we're gonna go down to our push-ups. Notice I'm doing a hand release push-up. This really just emphasizes the first portion of that movement. One more. That's 2 rounds, guys. We have 1 more. We're taking about a 10-second rest here in between these sets. Kind of just keep those muscles nice and fresh as we're doing this full body workout. We're going here in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to that plank shoulder tap. Now, if this is a little bit harsh on the wrist, you can actually do this from an elevated position. So you can do this off a chair, a table, a couch, whatever you have at your disposal. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our lunges. In these lunges, make sure that we're keeping that chest up, taking a big step forward, trying to get that knee as close to the ground as possible, as you are capable of doing. And it's just 20 steps here. We're halfway. Now, you are a mom. Maybe your baby woke up early from their nap. You can carry them here, right? Nothing, a little weight. That's totally fine to add on. 2, 1. We're gonna go back down towards those push-ups. Now, if push-ups are hard on the wrist, you tried the elevated position, it's not working for you, you can grab anything you have and actually reverse this to a pressing position. So you would grab water jugs, a baby, a couple books, and press up that way if that's what you prefer. That's the end of our 3rd round. We're gonna move on. We're actually gonna go back to those inchworms. When we come in, we're gonna dive through to touch the ankle, keeping our heart rate up. Walk all the way back up. We're gonna come down, plank position, reach through to the ankle, and then walk it up. So it's a great way to work mobility, to work flexibility, strength, cardio, everything, full body. We're coming out. We're just gonna do 5 of these. We got 1 more. Come out, touch those ankles, all the way back up. We're gonna go into prisoner squats. So hands are interlocked behind the head, and we're squatting down. Just easy, keeping that chest up. So we wanna make sure that the butt isn't doing this position here, and the chest just coming down. And think about sitting those hips down, keeping that chest up. Again, if you have a hard time with hip mobility, you could do this sitting into a chair. That will be fine. Find the height that works for you and your hips. You got 4 more reps. 3, 2, and 1. Going back to those inchworms. Walk it out to that plank, straight to those ankles. Notice that we haven't taken a break between these movements. They are complex movements, working our full body, working our core, just upping the intensity a little bit from the first 3 rounds. That's 3, have 2 more. Coming all the way through. You got 1 more. And again, if your mobility is a little bit compromised, go into a squatted position, walk it out, and as you come back in, just go ahead and do that. If you want to advance it, you can add a push-up at the bottom here. It's really up to you to get nice and creative. Go back to our squats. We're just doing 10 reps. 4, 5. You want to advance this, add some weight to the bottom, whatever you have. You can also add jumping here. If not, just nice and easy. 2, 1, rest. Take about a 10-second rest. We're gonna go into a very high intensity cool down here. We're gonna do a lot of balance. We're gonna go from the knee drive down towards the ground. Knee drive, down towards the ground. Notice that I'm not stopping here as I go back, keeping it up, coming down, controlling that breathing, keeping that core engaged. Again, at the beginning, we talked about the glutes being the center of balance. So if I find myself doing this weird shaking thing, think about squeezing a penny between the butt cheeks, and that should do it for you. Up towards the chest, down. We're just doing 8 to 10 of these on each side. So we're halfway here. So this is what you'll find yourself doing quite a bit if your ankles are shaking. So again, lock that foot down towards the ground, get those hips nice squared up, squeeze that butt the entire time. We're gonna go back to our leg kicks. This time, not pausing at the bottom. Come up, keep that chest high. Same concept. We don't wanna be wiggling on that leg. Squeeze those glutes. Nice flat foot on the ground. We're gonna switch sides. Coming up, easy. We don't wanna bring the hand down towards the foot. We wanna be nice and engaged throughout the entire body. Got 3 more here. 3, 2, 1. Now we're actually gonna go into arm circles, single leg. So arm circles are a nice, great way to relieve upper body tension. So a lot of times what happens in our workouts is we start feeling nice and heavy in the upper body. We want to kind of release that. So nice, easy, switch sides. Again, if you want it more high intensity, let's do this faster. You can add some leg movement there also, or you can take it nice and easy. All right, we're gonna go back to that sumo squat that we started with. This time we're gonna hold our legs and we're gonna sink into that squat, moving side by side. If you can't quite reach the legs, that's totally fine. You can come down to the ankles, the calves, the knees, wherever you can feel supported to move side by side. The only thing I want you to think about is keeping that whole foot on the ground. So, bottom of that squat, side to side. Should feel it in the hips. Nice, easy. From here, we're actually just gonna shift over into our lunge, pushing those hips forward, down. We're gonna reach forward here. We're gonna use the ground to help us switch sides. Again, just pushing forward through that knee. We don't wanna keep that heel off the ground. Nice flat foot. That's the base of your foundation. We're gonna go back to that squat, reaching in, just coming in, rocking, and up. We're gonna do 3 inchworms, super slow. I want you to think about being on a slow motion camera, coming down to that plank, And then all the way up here, we're gonna add a nice high finish. We're just doing 3 and our workout's done. Coming up, got 1 more. All the way out, breathe. We're gonna hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, walk it back up, stretch all the way up, and you're done. Thank you for joining us in Fit in 15, and we'll see you next time.